Love them or leave them, your best friend hangs out with your ex. Nah. What up, y'all? Josh and Isi here once again with another quality video.
So as you guys can tell by today's title, we are bringing you guys another love them or leave them, but this time we did the friendship edition. Friends. We know that you guys like these love them or leave them segments, and we decided to just spice it up just a little bit because, you know, relationships are important, but there's more than just romantic, intimate relationships, you know? So friendships are another really big one that we want to kind of start maybe giving advice on here and there.
I feel as though it would be in the interest of quality crew for us to do a friends edition. But before we get into this video, I just want to give a small little shout out to the merch that I'm wearing. I'm all about supporting small up and coming black businesses, and this one in particular is called Infinitude. You can check them out on Instagram, called Infinitude Clothing. But Bae, can you read this definition?
It says the state or quality of being infinite or having no limit.
I freaking rock with it.
That's a beauty gang member?
That is a beauty gang member. Somehow, some way, I ended up in a beauty gang group chat on Instagram.
Josh keeps talking about this beauty gang group chat. I be missing it.
They're so empowering with each other, to be honest. They're like a tight-knit little group. I don't know, there's like maybe 12 of them or something.
That's my beauty gang.
But somehow, some way, Hydrated Hero got involved, and they kept messaging me about brands and stuff. So I was like, you know what, let me support some black businesses.
Yeah. That's fire.
It's honestly fire.
Yeah.
I like the way it feels. It's a good size. It's good material. Like this.
The meaning is super good.
And the meaning, yeah, that's pretty. But just want to shamelessly plug that because I feel like it's our duty to bring up the young future of the world. I feel like
they might be our peers while you're
might be our peers.
about the young future of the world. You just support black businesses and black people. We gotta do better with that.
We definitely have to do better about spending black dollars in the black community.
Period.
But without being too long-winded in this intro, let's go ahead and get into this video. Love them or leave them. If your friend wants y'all to communicate 24/7 and gets mad when y'all don't talk. We've run into a situation like this before, and I would just say love them, because people communicate in different ways and people love in different ways.
Exactly.
And if you don't communicate how you want to be loved or how you want to communicate, then there can be a disconnect.
Yes. So for me, with my personal situation, definitely love them through it.
Yeah.
Made it clear, like, I'm not really on that. Especially as adults and stuff, you literally don't have time to be like that.
Yeah.
At least for me, the goals I have for myself and the goals we have set out for ourselves. So that was a conversation we had to have. Got a little bit of backlash for a second, but you know, when you know your worth as a friend, if they want to let you go, then that's their loss.
Yeah, it's on them.
That's kind of how I view myself. Like,
but at the end of the day, like, people will understand if you come to them and say, look, I work a business.
Not everybody.
Well, some people don't. And again, don't hold yourself accountable. If they leave you and you tell them like, hey, I need some time in my day to get some stuff done.
Right.
And they're upset with it, that's on them. That's not on you. Because again, at the end of the day, you are entitled to live your best life.
Period. Love them or leave them. When your friend likes every person you like. Still face emoji.
Like, are our tastes similar, or are you just...
I just think it's weird.
Following my lead.
I think that's weird.
Honestly, I feel like that's weird.
If we're gonna take their words verbatim, if they like the people that you like and don't pursue that any further, then yeah, I think it's a conversation.
Yeah, it's just a conversation.
But if their like actions are starting to match this like energy, then I think that's a problem. Because if you're my friend, then that just should never cross your mind. I don't know. That's how I view my friendships.
I don't know how girls work, but I mean, like, if y'all talking, it's like y'all both like Michael B. Jordan. Okay, similar taste. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden, the boy that comes around looks like Michael B. Jordan. Okay, so you both kind of like him. It like what you said, when it comes down to, if I'm pursuing him and I'm in the talking phase, are you pursuing too?
Right.
Are we both
That's
talking to do? Because that when
shit.
stuff gets grimy and toxic.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put that thing, reverse it back on out.
But Michael B. Jordan probably isn't the best example because girls will go at it for him.
Yeah, they might go to war for him. Love him or leave him. You went broke for your friend's birthday in Vegas. 2 months later, she couldn't spend the day with you in the same city.
If I'm playing devil's advocate, nobody forced you to swipe them cards and take that money out the bank. It's a touchy one because at least in my head, when I view like things that you do for somebody you care about, you're not supposed to count like it against them if they don't give you that, because that almost to me makes it seem like you did it. You know what I'm trying to say?
That's what I was going to get at. Never give with the expectation to receive reciprocated energy.
Period.
You operate on your frequency.
Yeah.
Do not expect people to meet you at. You will be highly disappointed in life if you think people are going to reciprocate energy for the energy you give.
You see how I'm nodding over here, y'all. I can really relate to that.
Like, in Bay's situation, she's a planner. She loves planning surprises. She loves the nitty-gritty detail work and stuff like that. Roles reverse, if you ask me, I'm not that good.
But you did really good last year.
I did my best.
Yeah. No, you did my best.
Good. But like, we run into that situation a lot where we end up giving, but we give with no expectation.
Yes.
And I think that's the best way to operate. Don't give with the expectation for them to return. You will find yourself in a lot of disappointed situations. In this specific case, given the context of the situation, I'd be like, that's bogus. You can't even spend the day.
No, it's still bogus. No, yeah. You're valid for your feelings.
Yeah.
But just like Josh said, understand that you can't really have expectations of people.
Yeah, you can't expect.
Because you do that for them.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work like that.
It really doesn't. Life doesn't necessarily work like that. But in that case, like, I would definitely give context to like what happened. Like, are you at work or are you just
why couldn't you make it?
Yeah. If we're
the
best
person didn't come at all?
Yeah, I guess wouldn't spend the day in the city.
2 months later, she couldn't spend the day with me in the city. Yeah, it's just one of those things like you just said. But I was gonna say.
Oh, wait.
What?
Now that I'm reading it, it just says 2 months later she couldn't spend the day with me in the city, as in.
It might not have been her birthday.
It's not like an occasion kind of thing. It's just like couldn't spend the day in the city. I feel like at that, if it wasn't your birthday and it was just like a random day, maybe she had plans. I would stay loving through that. I wouldn't hold them accountable for that.
I would note it though.
Yeah.
Like it's just one of those things that you note if you're gonna compare like the birthdays thing or like, oh, I balled out for her, she didn't do it for me. Just note that, but it's not really a lead.
And I would say note it and just know how to move. Like next year come birthday time, just expect like, okay, I'm maybe not gonna go as hard as I did the last time because obviously that's not gonna be reciprocated. Right. You never want to leave yourself hanging, but again, don't go into a situation giving and expecting a return, because then it's not a gift. It's more like an IOU. It's not a gift.
Period. Love them or leave them. Make sly comments as jokes. I've had a friendship like that before and I ended up leaving. But it was like every time.
Because when the jokes stop, they stop being funny after a while.
Yeah. Most of the time it was never funny to me.
It was more like
it was shade, but you cover it up with like, girl, I'm just playing, you're tripping. And I don't like for you to make me feel like my feelings aren't valid. Like, don't make me feel like I'm crazy or I read that wrong. If it hurt my feelings, then it hurt my feelings type thing. So
I would say definitely have a conversation about how that makes you feel like, yo, these jokes aren't necessarily funny.
Right.
They're more so hurting my feelings.
Right.
And if they come to you like, oh, you're tripping, stuff like that, and they don't acknowledge the fact that like your feelings are on the line here,
right?
That's when it's like, okay, well, if these continue.
Yeah, that's a lead.
That's what
you can tell people who are like die hard your friends and maybe they just aren't handling things the best, and people who are low key like just jealous or shysty. I feel like you gotta pay attention to those type of vibes.
Really gotta start paying attention to the nitty gritty vibes, because a lot of people hide their aggression under jokes.
Period. It's a little bit of truth behind every joke.
That's very true. I'd be cautious.
Yeah.
Okay, love or leave them. My quote unquote best friend didn't wish me a happy birthday this year. It still hurts, but I never brought it up.
See, and I'm gonna ask you why. Why didn't you bring that up? If it hurt your feelings, I think that I have ice in my mouth, that's why I'm talking weird, but I think that lack of communication is an issue for friendships and relationships. Like, how is a person gonna know that hurt your feelings unless you say that it hurt your feelings? Although you should know that. You know what I'm trying to say though? Like, it shouldn't be something you internalize and just try to get over yourself.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, that's something you bring to somebody's attention. I don't know per se, like if you had discussions about your birthday before the birthday actually came up. I know my homeboy, I have to set reminders. I love him to death, but like I have.
But your best friend, are you gonna forget your best friend's birthday?
Yeah, no.
I'm not either.
No cap, I'm not.
She air quoted best friend, so I don't know if it's like a hippie
best
friend or like a quote unquote like so-called type of thing.
Maybe it's like she says we're best friends, but then she does something like not texting me on my doggone birthday.
Right.
Happy birthday. At least the text, it costs nothing. I'm not gonna lie, it costs nothing for a happy birthday.
And for me, for my best friends, I'm not even gonna just send you a text. I'm gonna call you, I'm gonna FaceTime you. I'm more than likely gonna see you that day or very soon.
Yeah, or like plan a party for, you know, like I don't know.
I think she should bring it up. I don't think it's a leave.
I don't think it's a leave.
But I think it's like hey, like it hurt my feelings. Like, be honest with how you feel. It hurt my feelings that I didn't hear from you on my birthday. Like, what was that about? Are we good? Just to see where y'all are at. See if y'all on the same page. See if she still considers you a friend or not. Like, so you're just not left with all these what ifs in your head trying to come up with different scenarios that may or may not be true. Because I know that rabbit hole, us girls be going down a rabbit hole if we don't have a direct answer for something.
Maybe you can, you know, demote her to friend.
Demote her.
You lost best because you forgot my birthday. Yeah. You're my friend. We're friends. Like, we're cool. You missed your birthday.
Yeah.
Best friends don't miss birthdays.
You know. My quote unquote friend was having beep beep with this dude I liked and never told me. That might be a demote one. Mentally, don't verbally say like, well, you're demoted, you're not my friend type thing. But like, you gotta just watch the way people move. And judge them accordingly. I feel like that was something that's real grimy. Like, all right, you just liked the dude, but you knew that you liked the dude, so her still pursuing something with dude. I mean, okay, but like, it's not okay.
Yeah, like if you verbally told her that you were going after dude, and in the midst of that, she's still having beat with dude, and doesn't bring that up.
Grimy.
That's grimy.
Yeah.
I would more so like, I need to hear an explanation. Like, are you looking out for my feeling? Like, you should at least tell me no. I feel like straight up, if I'm saying like I'm feeling something, guy code, I don't know about girl code. Guy code says if I'm pursuing a shawty, whatever, if someone else is on that, he's gonna say it immediately. He's gonna be like, dog, hold up. Or like something, bring it up. Like before you go diving down that rabbit hole, just know I've been down that rabbit hole too. Kind of thing. That's what friends do. Maybe I'm establishing some friend rules that aren't necessarily universal friend rules, but I know in the guy community, guys will be very straightforward of like, if you talking shorty, just know I am too.
Oh, y'all will let each other know.
They'll let each other know, but
it's not like shawty's off limits. It's just like, hey, I'm on that too.
When you're in the streets, it gets real dirty. It gets dirty.
Well, for this situation, you don't have to completely leave. If I'm being blunt, easy, I probably would.
And if they want to be a friend again, they gotta come with a serious apology, some serious action changes, and some serious everything.
Serious everything.
Serious everything. Love them or leave them. They like to smoke and drink all the time, but I don't. So I never have fun when we hang out.
This is one of those things where one, you can't change people.
Yeah.
But two, as you get older, things do start changing. Like your compatibility with certain people and friendships and stuff might start drifting. So this just might be one of those things where maybe you're going on a different path than your friends, and that's okay. I think that people, it's always so dramatic when friendships end, and I don't feel like it always has to be. People, you just grow up, decide to do different things with your life, or have different, you know what I mean?
And I dare say, like, okay, a long time, but we were together, very sober as a gopher, whatever. But she could still come and have a good time.
Well, yeah.
That's because we were doing other things, though. Like, if she's hanging out with her friends and all they're doing is just sitting around drinking and smoking, and she's not having fun, then I would say, you know, sort of search for other sober friends.
Like-minded people
that like to do stuff outside of smoking and drinking, because otherwise, you're gonna find yourself in situations where it's like, I'm uncomfortable, getting on the secondhand smoke, I don't like that. People are drinking offering me drinks, I have to keep saying no to them, like I don't drink. As you grow up, you'll understand that like if people aren't on the same type of time as you, normally it doesn't work the best. I mean, even in like relationship stuff, like I like being around other guys in relationships because then I know we're on the same type of time.
Well, hopefully.
But if I'm around a bunch of single dudes, they're gonna do single things.
Right.
I just don't need that unnecessary outside whatever entering this ecosystem of happiness. You know?
So would you say love or leave? That's a leave.
I would
you gotta leave. You're not happy.
Yeah. If it's not making you happy and it's not fulfilling you, and the friendship has come to like sort of its end, I would definitely say check up that deuce.
Love them or leave them. Doesn't want to be roommates in college. Now, to me, this is a love.
Yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes I hear it's bad for friends to end up living together because a whole bunch of drama comes out. Like, you guys were better just, you know, kicking and turning up, going to dorm rooms and stuff, but not living together. I think that's still a from it more than what you know.
Yeah.
Don't take it as like a salty moment of like, oh, they don't want to live with me. It might not even be all of that.
It's probably not. I mean, in the dorms, I didn't want a roommate at all. It's not like I didn't want you, I didn't want you. I just didn't want anybody.
Yeah.
I wanted my own space.
Right.
Like I kind of like my space. And with friends, it can get really tricky because like, oh, we're living together now.
Right.
The bond is either growing stronger or we're getting under each other's skin.
Exactly.
It's never in between. It's either we're getting on each other's last nerves.
Yeah, or the best of friends.
Or we're the best of friends.
Yeah. And I haven't really seen many best of friends.
I haven't seen too many of those.
Either.
I've seen a couple, small number, small percentage. But on the far side of things, when you start living under each other's,
that's too much.
There's some habits
Everybody
that just get under your skin, and
Yeah.
I'd rather love you and like, oh, I'll come to you.
Right.
If we're like a time of separation is good.
Yes, I agree.
Especially if you're not in a relationship.
I agree.
Yeah. I would love
them.
Love them or leave them. Your best friend hangs out with your ex. Nah, G. I need to know background context. Were y'all
business partners?
Were y'all
remember that? like business partners?
Were y'all like? Was the relationship like a group friendship?
Right.
Before, or was it like
they met through you?
They met through you.
That's weird.
And now they're friends and kicking it.
That's weird.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. Because that's a betrayal of trust.
I agree.
But if it was like we're all cool, like all five of us were cool.
They had their
two
own
of y'all
friendship.
had like a little, they had their own friendship, but then out of the group, two of them got together, whatever. But like, oh, I'm still kicking it with the group. They broke up.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
It's only okay if they had a friendship prior to y'all's relationship.
And even then, I'd still be like,
yeah,
it's kind of corny.
I feel away if my besties was cool with my exes personally.
Especially if he like dogged you out or something.
Exactly.
But like, come on.
The loyalty, bro. The lack thereof. Love them or leave them. Didn't choose you to be the maid of honor. In parentheses, marriage theme question for you. I'm gonna love them. This is the problem with that type of thing. And I think it's important as you start like your friendships, people are starting to get married, get older and stuff. You can't go into that with expectations. Like I was my best friend's maid of honor, but I didn't really like have the expectation to be, because she has a sister, because you can set yourself up to get your feelings really hurt if you're expecting that and then you're not that. And at the end of the day, whoever is the bride to be or whatever, that's her decision. Like, I don't think that you should make somebody feel bad for not making you, or feel away, like.
You know what's crazy? I love all my boys in the group chat. And I said, if I'm not in your wedding, it's okay.
Right.
I instantaneously took that pressure off the table. Because I already know all of them got homies from back home. We all met at college. So I was like, I know you got some back home, solid homies, whatever, brothers, family members. Maybe she has some brothers on the side of me.
Right.
Like, I hate the complexity of the whole best man,
maid of honor
situation.
Because people's feelings get hurt if they don't get that title.
It's only
to me,
one
it's
spot.
a little bit selfish to even like put that much pressure on the people who it's really about. I'm pointing us because thankfully we don't have that issue, but you know what I mean? Like it should be about whoever you're talking to or referring about, maid of honor, you're trying to be the maid of honor for. It's about the bride. Like it's about her life changing. Like all she needs right now is you to be a supportive friend, not
the
worried
maid of
about.
honor is usually the most supportive person that can help with that process. It's not even a matter of like, because I can like you could be a terrible organizer.
True.
I'm not putting you as my.
That's period. That's true too. I think a lot of people think it's based off like the intimacy of your friendship that you have with the person, but it doesn't. That doesn't have to always be that. Like if it's somebody who's not reliable or dependable,
love you to death,
or organized, it's not smart to make them your maid of honor or best man.
They're gonna be organizing your weak little bridal party.
So to answer your question, it's definitely a love them type of thing, regardless of what position. You might not even be up there at all, but you should just be happy for your friend. You know what I mean? So
don't make it about you. It's their wedding.
Exactly.
Love them or leave them. I got engaged. In parentheses, she's been in a relationship longer. She gets engaged and she comes to your house and compares rings. Took a picture and everything.
That's a no. Okay.
I just don't like.
That's a no.
Oh, materialism is a plague, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
Materialism, like nice things are nice, but when you start using them to add or take away value of your person, that's when materialism has gone way too far.
Exactly.
You've gone over
to compare rings and stuff. That's weirdo energy to me.
Worth should not be associated with the things that you have.
Yeah.
And like you don't know the financial situation of their man. Like you don't know. Maybe he plans to upgrade it later down the road. Like that is just.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
The pictures and for her to take pictures, I think that's elite. I'm so adamant about no toxic people. That's why I'm so easily saying like leave. I mean, some stuff could probably be discussed and blah, blah. I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
So.
And you also have to read the energy of it. Maybe she was just like excited, like, oh girl, your ring, my ring, whatever. Let's take pictures together, whatever.
Okay.
But if she's like, oh dang, mine is shit. No,
right.
If she's like really like rubbing it in that hers is bigger, then like that's why I say you gotta like read in between the lines, because people can say some things, but you can also feel how they're saying.
That's true.
You can feel that hate and energy. If they're like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can feel that. So just depending on how that situation went, if it's on more so of that like hate and comparison side or like I'm competing with you side, I'd say get out of there because she's gonna be doing that for a long time.
Love him or leave him. My best friend always posts on social media how she doesn't have any friends and feels lonely. But if that's the case, why am I here? Should I fight for the friendship or question mark? I feel like a lot of people go through this. If I'm gonna be emotionally intelligent, I'm gonna say that that's worth a conversation. If this is a person that you really care about and you consider a friend, I would definitely just ask like, well, one, make it known I'm here for you. Yeah. You know, like say that you saw her you've been seeing her social media posts, a little bit concerned, let her know you're always there for her, and if she wants to talk about it, like you're here type thing. But that can be hurtful though.
Yeah.
To try your hardest to be there for someone in their corner and they still feel like woe is me and I'm lonely and stuff. Some people though, it doesn't really matter how much you're there for them. That's just how they feel.
Petty in me almost jumped out. Like if I seen that on my boy's story, I mean we're guys, so we bullshit each other. But I'd be like, the hell am I here for then? I'd message.
Yeah, girls don't handle it.
Girls don't handle it like that. Y'all definitely probably have to handle it a little more delicately. But like with my boys, I just be like, so what am I doing?
Right. No, for girls it's a little bit different. I would go the route that I suggest.
Yeah, I would
have
definitely
a conversation. Let her know you're a little bit concerned, like you saw her social media post that she feels lonely and stuff. Let her know that you're there. Kind of like the sandwich thing we be talking about. That we learned in the difficult conversations class, like sandwich it. Where you say something kind of like sugary and nice, and kind of hit her with like, I'm here for you, like, or you. Maybe she can say that it hurts her. Yeah, that you can say that it makes you feel away or hurts your feelings to see that, because at least in your head, from your perspective, you try to be there for her.
And you can say like, let me know if I'm wrong.
Exactly.
Let me know if we are just on two totally different planes. Am I like reading too deep into this friendship? Are we friends? Like, if not,
it's worth having a conversation for sure. It's not just a leave type of thing. And see where it goes from there. That's when you just determine like love them or leave them.
Love them or leave them. They're a good person, but to hang out, you always have to hit them up, but they never text to hang out with you. So it's like not reciprocated energy. Like I'm always hitting you up to hang out, and you never really return that.
This is something I can relate to too, y'all. I have to learn how to manage my expectations with friendships a lot though, the older I've gotten and stuff. Because I was holding people to the same standard as me of like, you know, I check in my friends every 2 weeks, or I try to hang out once a week, like that type. Not everybody thinks like that. So it's definitely worth having a conversation like, hey, this kind of hurts my feelings that it feels like the only time we see each other or talk is if I say something. After you've had that conversation though, this is when things start changing and when you can start deciding how you want to move forward. If you have made it clear how you feel, how it makes you feel, and they still don't acknowledge it, there's still no effort put in to make you feel more comfortable in the friendship, then to me, that's when you start trickling off and leaving. Because you've now made it very clear, everybody's on the same page. It's not this like mystery thing that both parties aren't on the same page about. Once you have that conversation, then it's like kind of fair game. Balls in the other person's court.
And I would definitely like, well, I want to say definitely, but like, if depending on your situation, like she said, taper off, hit her up, give it 2-3 weeks. There's no response. Maybe try it again, then wait 5 weeks. Try one more time, and after that, it's like, all right, now it's up to you.
Yeah.
If you want to hang out, you hit me up, we'll hang out, cool. But I need to see something from you, especially after you've made it known. Like, at that point, if they're your friend, they're gonna do what they need to do.
Because what I discovered too when I had the conversation with my friends is that we all have different love languages. So we had, like, I think that sometimes people tie love language only into a romantic relationship, but like friendships can have love languages too. Mine happened to be, I guess you could say, kind of like quality time, if you want to like parallel the comparison in that way. Whereas my other friend, I don't have a specific one like for what hers was, but something that I learned from having that conversation with her was like, you know, she said that she's the one that always comes out our way when we lived in the suburbs to come visit us, but we never came to visit her in the city. And I was unaware that she felt that way.
That's technically an act of service.
Exactly. So yeah, an act of service type of thing. So I didn't realize that was her friendship love language. So you never know. There might be something that the friend is lacking from you that you don't even know about, but it's just a matter of having that conversation to get on the same page with things. You can't just assume because we've been friends for decades at this point. Yeah. But there was no way I was ever gonna assume that that's what she was wanting or looking for from me, and vice versa. She was never gonna assume that's what I was looking for from her. So conversation, then decide after that, based off actions, what to do.
Yeah. If they took a shot every time we said conversation, they'd be drunk.
Communication, conversation.
First 5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Love them or leave them. My so-called best, never good when they first say so-called.
Never. If I see this, I never.
My so-called best friend keeps picking her cheating ex over me. When he was cheating, she was at my house crying. She stopped hanging out with me because of him. Well, boo, that already sounds like she kind of left, but I think that you should permanently leave and like close that door. I always have a problem with how girls handle romantic relationships meshed with their friendships. Just more so because in my head, there should always be a different level of loyalty to your girl friendships that have been there for you through these different relationships you might have had with various guys than this one guy that you're stuck on stupid about. Like, because like she just said, the girl was at her house crying about it, and now she stopped talking to her because of him. Like, yeah, that's not somebody you need in your life.
With friendships, I feel like they're more pure because you're not trying to gain anything out of it. It's more so like what I'm trying to gain from the friendship is the friendship itself. Right. Whereas in a relationship or like when you're dealing in your talking phase with guys, whatever, there could be underlying like, I really don't want your relationship. I want something else kind of thing from guys or from girls. Like you never really know what people's true intentions are unless like you're in the friendship phase where it's like, yo, we really are just friends. I'm in this for the friendship. Right. So I always lean more towards
leave when somebody treats you somebody like that. Yeah.
I would always lean towards the friendship in any kind of like friendship versus relationship kind of thing, because it's like the friends they usually have your best interests. Yeah. Usually. Love them or leave them, they only come to you to vent about their problems. Here's my thing. I feel like sometimes people don't understand that they're just being emotional fountains. They're not being drains, you know? Like sometimes you gotta take in some water. You don't always just spit your water out for everybody else to take in, you know? Sometimes you gotta be a drain, sometimes you gotta be a fountain. But I feel like sometimes people are unaware because they're like, that's my friend. I don't have anybody else to vent to about my problems. And then like when they meet up with you, they've probably either compiled a list of their problems that they need to talk about and then they just let them all out.
But to me, I play devil's advocate. Okay. Because I agree. There might be some people who really just are unaware. But to me, if you're friends, like true friends with someone, something in you after you've emotionally dumped on them or vented or whatever should be like, how are you doing now? And to me, if it's consistently dumping and never, how are you doing?
And you know what my counter to your counter would be?
What are you gonna say?
People do the best they can
with the minds they that's true.
And I don't think common sense is as common as what we think. Common sense would say, I have just emotionally dumped on you. Let me ask you how you're doing so you can so we can carry each other's loads together, right? That's what common sense would say. But common sense ain't common. So what people do is, I need a friend right now. Dump, help, thank you,
bye.
And when you have a problem, come, dump, thank you, bye. Like some people feel like that's the kind of relationship that they're in, whereas they don't think to themselves. And you know, people have 1,000 things on their plate. I remember when I used to have 1,000 things on my plate, I would want to get it out, but I'm not trying to take on any more. I really don't want to take on any more. I just want to get it out, get some kind of weight off my shoulder, but I don't want to take any more weight on because I have enough on my plate. So like that kind of situation gets complex if you do not have that shot word, a conversation. I always, help you with your problems. I got problems too. You know?
Let them know that.
I be going through some stuff too. It would be nice if you ask me how I'm doing every once in a while too.
That's a mature way of handling it.
It's a mature way. Instead of just being like, you know what, I'm sick and tired of you.
That was me.
That
was like 4 years ago though at this
sick
point.
Sick of you and your problems.
But yeah. Love them or leave them makes everything about them. They have to be the topic of conversation.
I think this kind of goes back to the one that we just did. Whereas people operate within the frequency of themselves. Some people really think the world revolves around them.
Yeah.
Not around the sun, not around the moon, not around the stars. The world and everything else revolves around them.
And maybe that's the difference too, actually, now that I think about it. Like, I know that some people, maybe a conversation would help them. For me, I prefer not to teach somebody how to be
a foundational friend.
I was gonna say, I didn't know if it was fundamental or foundational, but yeah, like just a foundational friend. I personally don't feel like I really have the time to teach someone.
You don't want to teach someone how to be your best friend. You would rather just have someone that you click and vibe with.
Yeah.
And okay, we're best friends.
Decent.
Be organic.
Yeah.
And I get that because me personally, I want to see people's true selves.
Yes.
So if you start making an ass of yourself,
I'm
gonna continue to let you do that until you start realizing But I'm never gonna stop you and try and change your path, because then I feel like I've given you what is it? What is the word I'm looking for? I've given you almost like a cheat code to shield the truth. It's he doesn't like when I say stuff like that. Let me just put that up, even though your inner self would have said it. And I want to know people's true selves.
Yes. So that's why I'm like, I think what you gave with the past advice of the other one was valid and mature. I think for me, I just don't want to deal with it. Like somebody who is a narcissist, because the one we're talking about right now, making something about themselves, they're always the topic. Like I just don't like people like that. I'm not like that. So I like to try to attract and be friends with people who have similar energies as me. That's why I just be deucing out.
Cut off mode. That was easy 3-4 years ago. She was straight cut off mode.
I was.
Love them or leave them. They always ask you for advice, but never take it. Then they come back hurt and complain about it.
Bruh, this is the same friend, babe. We are going through 3 red flags that made me leave this friendship. Because I don't want people to think, oh, Issy just dips real quick. The same person I'm talking about is always talking about themselves, never ask me how I'm doing. Ask for advice, never take my advice, come back crying. Whatever the other thing was. That was all one person.
Always dumps on you.
Yeah, something like that. But I agree with you. Yeah, that's dead.
You're
wasting my time.
I can't. Bro, if I told you look both ways for to cross the street, you go out in the street and get hit by a car.
Then you cry.
And then you cry to me like, well, I don't know what went wrong.
Exactly.
Bro.
And I used to pour a lot of energy into that friendship, just sitting up there for hours, listening to the complaints and giving advice, and then you come back a month later with the same thing. No.
I used to pride myself on being an extremely good advice giver.
And that's not to say like you have to do what I say, but like give me something. Let me know that the conversation did something for you.
And I would definitely if I gave them some advice and they came back to me and then told me there's another problem, my first question would be, did you listen to what I said the last time? Because I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told you last time. And we'll see if you take it this time around. If you don't,
it's on you.
If you don't, it's on you.
Love them or leave them mentioned you in a convo and didn't stop people from saying mean things about you.
Nah.
That's a leave.
That's a leave, bro.
You can't talk about my friend in front of me.
Can't talk about my homie.
I don't even let people talk trash about strangers in front of me. I don't even have to know who you are. I just don't. To me, that's like a form of bullying, and that's something I'm super anti. So, yeah, if you're my friend and you let people talk shit about me in front of your face.
Yeah, I go to war with my people.
Exactly. That's why I feel that way.
It's crazy because I'm the type of person to defend my friends harder than I defend myself. People be coming at me reckless, and I just be like, man, whatever. I can take it, I can rub it off. I won't give them any of my energy, whatever. But if we're in the same place, and you start talking about my friend and they're not there to defend themselves, you got him messed up.
We can agree on that.
We can agree on that. Leaving that friendship, because that's just how we rock. Love them or leave them, they're still friends with someone who spread nasty rumors about you. this goes back to the last one.
Goes back to the last one, and guess what? I had this experience too, and I left. I have dropped so many
She's
friends.
been hurt, y'all.
Bruh, so many toxic friendships.
She's been hurt.
Had to go though.
Love them or leave them, they often act different around other people. Different as in their personality changes.
I'm gonna leave.
I really don't like two-faced,
cold switching. I don't like that.
Cause it's not even a matter of like whatever you do. Like if you can adapt, you can chameleon, whatever. But now I just have a bunch of questions of like, am I getting a chameleon? What version of you am I getting?
Is this the real you that I'm friends with, or is that who you really are? To me, when people code switch like that, that's who they really are. To be 100 with you. Because I think they can be cool and down to earth when it's just one-on-one. I think there's a lot of people that can do that. Yeah. But if you feel like, and maybe it's not even a code switch to the point where like they're cracking jokes about you or whatever when you're in a group setting. Maybe they just literally aren't acting like that down-to-earth person that you became friends with.
The only time I can say I'm guilty of code switching is when I go for a job.
Maybe that's not the same thing.
It's not, well, yeah, you're right. It's really
not at all.
But that's the only time I could like acceptably take a code switch from somebody. Love them or leave them. They let me vent to them in private messages, but is the first to make jokes about me in the group chat.
That's a dangerous friend.
It's a very dangerous friend.
I don't trust that.
I wouldn't trust it.
Mm-mm. You don't have to completely leave it, but you note it and then you taper off.
Yeah. That is definitely somebody I do not want to vent to in any kind of situation. Especially if I vent to you about something in private and confidence and then you put me on blast in the group chat, that was the last time you'll ever get anything out of me.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, absolutely. If I give you anything in confidence and it comes out to light, I know for a fact it's like, okay,
can't be trusted.
Can't trust you with any kind of secret, so that's cool. Like, you can be my friend, cool, but
to me, that's not a friend, no.
Yeah,
you know how I am about the friend word.
She hates
if you can't trust someone, why would you give them the title of your friend?
Yeah, they turn into an associate.
Exactly. You can still be cordial with this person, but like friend, somebody you can rely on, someone you can trust. I feel like people gotta be more careful with that word.
Yeah, especially if they put you on blast with your secrets. That's
right.
Wow. I think this is the last one. Love them or leave them. They say something about your mom.
Guess what? Guess what I'm gonna say.
This happened to you.
This happened to me. And I left the friendship. You know I don't play about my mama.
Yeah.
And my mom is open arms and loving to everyone that I've brought around, like friends and stuff wise. So when I heard from a little birdie that in high school old girl was talking about my mama, just to be cool with the other kids or whatever, I'm good. It was over some dumb stuff too. Like it was childish. It was high school, but still, like I don't play about my mama. I don't play about anybody I care about. So if I find out you're talking shit, then it's just over.
I don't play no games about my mama. Point blank period. I might hit you. Like I said, I barely ride for myself, but the people that's around me, I go hard for it. So you talk about my mama, take a step back. But that is all we have for you guys today. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. We have plenty of content coming you guys' way.
Turn that notification
bell all the way on up, whatever. I wish they could do text message notifications. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. But that's all we have for you guys today. Really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you don't already know, I am Hydrated Hero. She is Isimeme Edeko. Together we are Josh and Isi. Now you can follow one of us. You can follow two of us.
Whatever.
You can follow all three of us. You might as well follow all three of us because we are happy, healthy, and hydrated on all three. But other than that, y'all, until we meet again, peace, love, grease, and we out. Yeah, I definitely want.
Hydrate your life. Okay. Zonzo too much. Zonzo.
Hey, subscribe. Hey, new video.